Students, today we are going to start lesson number 9, and that is the story of transport. In lesson 4, we learned something about air, how it has weight and can be compressed. Aeroplanes make use of this in order to fly. But before aeroplanes with engines were invented, men learned to fly in the gliders, aeroplanes without engine. So what are gliders? Gliders were aeroplanes without engine. Gliders. During the last quarter of the 19th century, people tried to do a different kind of flying. They fastened themselves to light framework which were rather like heights and allowed themselves to lift it into the air by the wind. This kind of flying was called gliding. It is not as easy it sounds and can only be done under special conditions. If you ride a bicycle fast, even on a perfectly calm day, you will find wind blowing against your face. This air is really still, but because you are moving through it, it feels as if it is blowing against you at the same speed. This is because of the air has stopping effects on bodies passing through it. So after that, they have told the rules that how and through which direction air is moved and how they were able to fly. Okay, and they have told us that the difficulty was attacked in two ways, and they have told us that two brothers, that Orville and Wilbur Wright, were able to fit a glider with a small engine which turned an air screw at the back and drove the machine forward at a fair speed. At first they got off the ground by ordinary gliding method and used the engine to keep themselves longer in the air. So this is the chapter, and after that we are going to exercise. Now exercise A is, again you have to fill in the missing words. Okay, after reading the chapter you will be able to do the exercise. Then we have which of these statements are true and which untrue. After reading the lesson again carefully, you will be able to do this exercise also. And now we have words. You have to write meaning and you have to make sentences of the following word. Words are constant, enough, ordinary and several. Okay. After that, we are going to have grammar portion. Okay. Now we are going to use this term, and that is gerund. Now what is gerund? When we use ing form of the verb, it is called gerund. For example, we have the word swimming, and when we say swimming, it is called gerund. Okay, now there are different types that how are we going to use gerund. In these sentences, swimming does the work of noun forming the subject. Now, here it is working as a noun. Now, here swimming is working as a noun, forming the subject, object and complement. Now, in these sentences, in the first sentence we can see that here the word swimming is working as subject. In the second sentence, I like swimming, here swimming is working as an object. Okay, and in third sentence we see my favorite sport is swimming. Now here swimming is working as a complement. Now we can see that in three different sentences the use of the word swimming is in different contexts. In the first it is working as a subject, in the second it is working as an object, and in the third it is working as a complement. Now complete these phrases by adding gerund. Now the exercise is given to you. For example, fond of swimming. Example is given here, and now you have to complete the others. Complete these phrases. For example, clever at receiving, clever at learning, clever at jumping. So the answer can be different. You can use any relevant gerund. After that, we have exercise B, and what is exercise B? Replace the infinitives in these sentences with the gerund. Now, as we have seen in the previous chapter, that when we use verb with to, it is called infinitive, and when we use ing form of the verb, it is called gerund. Now what you have to do is you have to replace these infinitive with the gerund. For example, he began to argue with me. How you can replace? He began arguing with me. Now you are going to replace to and you are using ing form of the verb. For example, I like to eat chocolates. Now how are we going to change this? I like eating chocolates. Okay? Similarly, you have to complete these 6 sentences given in the exercise. After that, we complete these sentences by adding first a gerund and then any other words. Okay, in this exercise, what we have to do? She has stopped playing. Now, she has stopped playing. What we have to do? Now we have to add gerund and then we have to use other word. For example, the sentence is just like she has stopped. Okay. Now we can say that she has stopped playing. She has stopped working. Now any gerund can be added. She has stopped playing the piano in the evening. Now she has stopped playing piano in the evening. She has stopped working in the classroom. She has stopped. Okay, so any other gerund can be used and any other word relevant to that sentence can be used. Again, you have to complete this exercise. 12 sentences are over there. Okay, after that we come another topic and that is present participle. Now what is present participle? He saw a burning building. Okay, he saw a burning building. In this sentence, burning is doing the work of an adjective. Now, burning is working as an adjective. Now, we know that what are adjective? Adjective describe the quality of something. Okay, or it describe noun. Similarly, we see in this sentence, he saw a burning building. Now, burning is referring to the word building and building is noun. Because this word is telling something about noun, so it is working as an adjective. In this sentence, burning is doing the work of an adjective. It tells us more about the noun building. But burning is a form of verb to burn. We call words like these present participle. And we know that it is form of the word to burn. Okay? It is form of the verb to burn and such type of verb, those are called present participle. Okay? Add present participle to these nouns. For example, a blazing fire, a story, a book, adventure. Okay. For example, the word baby, crying baby, smiling baby. Okay. Now smiling, crying. Now these are working as an adjective, and because these are form of to cry, so these are called present participle. After that, we have exercise E. And exercise E is join these sentences together as in the example. We saw the ball, it was floating down the river. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to join this word and how are we going to use it? We saw the ball floating down the river. Now we are omitting these two words and we are adding gerund. We heard the boys, they were shouting at each other. Now, as we know that we are going to join these words, so again this is giving the complete meaning. We saw a ball floating down the river. Now, if we are omitting these words, so still we have the same meaning. Similarly, you can see, we heard the boys, they were shouting at each other. We heard the boys shouting at each other. We smelled the chicken, it was cooking in the pot. We smelled the chicken cooking in the pot. So through this rule, you are going to use this word. Now exercise F is join these sentences together. This time the present participle should come at the beginning of the sentence. We stood at the side of the road. We watched the procession. Standing at the side of the road, we watched the procession. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to bring present participle at the start. Okay. And the present participle is standing at the side of the road. He sat by the side of the road. He asked passerby for money. Sitting by the side of the road, he asked passerby for the money. So again, using this rule, you have to complete this exercise. So this is for this chapter.